مرحبا. In this video we are talking about the harakat. They are diacritics that we see above or under the letters in Arabic. What are they for? What is their role and why do we need them? First of all, in English, as we know, we have short vowels. A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes the Y also. The equivalent of short vowels in Arabic are these harakat. So we add them to know how to pronounce the letter or how the word should be pronounced and how to correctly read the sentence. Now let's get more idea about the harakat. We have fatha, that is a hyphen above the letter. Dhamma, that is a shape like the letter wow in Arabic but small and a bit inclined. We start from here, we make a circle and then a small extension. It is also above the letter. And finally we have the kasra, that is a hyphen under the letter. Did you notice also sometimes there is circle above the letter? That is called sukoon. And when we have kasra or dhamma or fatha added to the letter is moving in a motion because the harakat move it and give it a movement. But when we have sukoon above it, the letter is sakin, and this means steady or not in a motion. Now let us check how these harakat help with the pronunciation. We have here the verb to carry in Arabic and the noun from it, that is a load. You have a guess how we should read in one of them? This is exactly looking like this one. If you know the words, you can know how to pronounce them right now. But in general, the solution here and what would help really to know the correct reading is by adding the harakat. Like this, I know that the verb to carry is hamala, but the noun is himlon, and in the end here we have tanween. We will talk about it later on. Now let's move on and check the sounds that come with harakat, because as we know, the harakat will help us to know how to pronounce the letter because its harakat has a sound with it. First of all, when we do fatha, the mouth will be open. Second, when we do the dhamma, the mouth will take the shape of a circle. Kasra, it will be stretched to the sides like you are making a smile. And finally for sukoon, the mouth will be more relaxed and not really moving, as we said, like no motion with sukoon. Let's apply these to the letter lam first. La, lu, li, al. Let's do it also with the letter sin. Sa, su, si, s. Finally, for more practice, let's do the letter noon also. You can do it before me to guess how it should be pronounced with its haraka. Na, nu, ni, an. Now a question that can come to the mind. If the harakat help us to know how to read correctly, why then, and they are important also, so why then the harakat are not always written? This is why. Because when you know the grammar, the rules, and also you practice it a lot, so you are memorizing well and you know the words well, you may not be in need to add the harakat to read right. But this doesn't mean that we are removing the harakat totally or forever or we never need them. No. Even if when we know the grammar rules and we are able to read without the harakat, they are still essential in the cases, for example, when the text is from hard resources like old poetry, for example, or when we are reading texts that require strict understanding or strict pronunciation, so there is no way to mistake or shift a little bit. So it's really essential then to add the harakat to know how to do it in the correct form strictly. And of course, these harakat also are essential and imperative to add them for beginners or for kids to know how to read the words first of all. Later on, with the practice, they will be able to read even without them. Now, what about the other diacritics? Maybe we notice it that in Arabic, above the letter or under it, we can have other shapes. For example, the shadda. The shadda means that we are pressing on the letter, or we can see the tanween also. We double the haraka. For example, we have fatha, we put two fatha above each other, and when we pronounce it, we hear the sound of noon in the end of tanween. Let's get more idea. For the shadda, do you see this one? That 3 that is laying down and it's above the letter. For tanween, as we said, it's double haraka, double fatha, double dhamma, double kasra. We notice there is no sukoon because, like we said, sukoon is not a motion, not in a motion. Now let's get more idea about the shadda first of all. Here we have mim, the letter mim. I added alif before it to help with the shadda later on. If I read this, it will be ama, normal fatha, ama. Now when we add the shadda, it becomes amma. You see, we pressed more on the letter mim. Let's take a real example now. Jaddati means my grandmother. As we hear, we are pressing on the letter dal because there is shadda above it. Jaddati. This is equivalent if we put 2 dal, the first one with sukoon and the second with fatha. Again here, jaddati, and here, jaddati. Jadda T. It's the same. So the shadda is like equivalent of two letters. The first one with sukun and the second with fatha. And that's why even when we don't put the harakat, it's really essential to put the shadda and never remove it. Jaddati. Now, tanween. For tanween is the double of the haraka. Let's apply for the letter mim first. Man, mon, mon, min. Now, one more time for the letter kaf. Kan, kun, kin. One final thing now to check, as we saw that the harakat are equivalent for the short vowels like the fatha, the kasra, the dhamma, so on in English. But then what about when the sound is long, is not short? Here we talk about med when we are having longer sound. And to know how to do it, first of all, let's talk about some friends. Yeah, the friend of fatha is the alif, the friend of dhamma is the waw, the friend of kasra is the ya. So as you can guess, to make med, to make the fatha longer, we use the alif. To make the dhamma longer, we use the waw. And to make the kasra longer, we use the ya. Let's practice this. We have here the letter mim with fatha. To make it longer, we add the alif. It becomes ma. Here, ma. Next, with dhamma. To make it longer, as we said, we add the waw. Here, mu. Finally, with kasra, we add the ya to make it longer. Mi. Let's do the same for the letter ba. Ba. Bu. Bi. That was all for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and don't forget to have fun while learning Arabic. Bye bye.